Interest rates have gone down by a little. Hallelujah. And there are some financial commentators saying that we might be seeing green shoots from the economy or for the economy. That might be true for some, but for those doing it hard, it means absolutely nothing, zilch. If you speak to charity groups and food banks, they will tell you that millions of Australians are still struggling to pay their bills and put food on the table. The latest report from the Food Bank confirms that food insecurity in Australia has reached a critical point, with 3.4 million families either skipping meals, reducing their portion sizes, going entire days without eating, and eating spoiled or expired food. And according to the Salvation Army's 2025 report, the rate of food insecurity was more than 6 times higher than the national average. We've had years of price hikes on food and power, and of course rents have never been higher. According to Anglicare's 2024 cost of living report, a full-time worker on a minimum wage has just $33 left if they're lucky after rent, food and transport were covered. As the head of Anglicare said in June, and I quote, "It's really frustrating for people to hear speculation on whether the cost of living crisis is over because millions of Australians are still struggling to afford even just those basic essentials," end quote. While low-income Australians are struggling to make ends meet, our energy companies, on the other hand, and our banks, what's new in our banks? And big tech are making absolute mozza. Absolute mozza. You could shower us all in your cash. Research from the Australian Institute late last year shows just how much Australia's 2 biggest energy retailers are gouging from Aussie customers. More than a third of what Australians pay AGL and Origin for electricity is pure profit for them companies. Pure profit. The research using the company's own data shows that an average AGL customer forks out over $750 a year, which goes directly to the profits of the company. AGL made $1 billion last year, by the way. What a disgrace. Off the poor butt of Australians. That's what you're making of. You have no conscience. Origin Energy customers pay nearly $600 a year into the company's annual profit. Good on you. Should make you shareholders, shouldn't they, Australians? Origin Energy's profit last year was $2 billion. It's the same story with gas. The average Origin customer pours $410 into the company's annual profit. And an average AGL gas customer hands over $400 each year, and that is pure profit once again for them companies. I have never been a fan of privatisation, and this just shows how badly it can go for you Australians, and you need to look at this and listen, because privatisation is nothing ever good. It's because once we privatise something, we have no control over it. Hence, that's why you're paying those big bills. We sold out on you. We sold out on you Australians, or not me, these 2 major parties did. And that's where that's why you're paying energy prices. Why they're saying, we don't know why this is happening. I'll tell you why it's happening, because they sold you out years ago. And if it wasn't their electricity companies they sold out the wires and poles. That's where we're at. It is absolute disgrace. You are now paying for that. Good on you. And you're not even a shareholder. What a disgrace. And what is the government doing about that? Well, I'll tell you what it's doing. And then there is the banks like the Commonwealth Bank, just another asset we privatised. We sold off. That's money that we could have been making and putting back in our health and education. Do you understand, Australians, how it happens now? These 2 major parties, they go privatise over their years of being in, all right? They do you completely over, and all those profits that they're making, they should have been coming to us because we should have kept them. We should have kept owning them. That's where the problem there lies today. But honestly, Australians, you still keep voting for them. So while your energy costs are going up, you can have a good look at yourselves and who you're voting for, because these 2 majors have done you over year in, year out for a very long time now on privatising stuff. And that's where it comes from. According to Sydney University, estimated that the 5 big tech companies, giants operating in Australia, had a combined record profit of $15 billion. We weren't quick enough to work it out. Probably do Commonwealth tech companies and make the money instead of somebody else getting in before us. That is lack of will. You have to ask yourself, do you have the right people representing you up here? Because seriously, they've sold you out cheap. They've been doing it for years. That's what the Liberal and Labor Party does to you. So good luck to you. If you wonder why those energy prices are so high, they can go around, they can blame everything they like. But the only people to blame are themselves, because they have done this to you, because they let it go. They privatised it. Good on them.